Hey, my name is Bill and I'm with Key Music Center, and what I'm here to explain to you today is chord charts. A lot of you go online or pick up sheet music that has chord changes on it, and it may have just the letter of the chord, or it may actually have the full-blown chord chart and you're not quite sure exactly what to do with that. We're going to clear that up for you today. The main thing you need to know is that every chord has a letter name, A through G. And it may have an extension of some sort, like a lowercase m or a number 7 or 9. We're not going to worry necessarily about the name of the chord or the extensions on it. We just want to know, when you see a chord chart, where do I put my fingers and how many strings am I supposed to be strumming? And this is how it works. Okay, so to fully understand a chord chart, you've got to understand that it's just a diagram of your guitar which creates a map for your fingers. Okay, and our fingers are numbered. We have 4 fingers. Pointer finger is 1, middle finger is number 2, ring finger is labeled 3, and your pinky is considered your 4th finger. So again, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and this grid is a diagram of your guitar. If I grab my guitar, okay, you know that this guitar has 6 strings. The largest string is here, and they're getting progressively smaller as I move to this side of the guitar. Okay, and this is exactly the way you are looking at a chord chart, as if you're staring at the guitar straight on, just the way you're looking at my guitar now. If you look at this chart, I drew 6 vertical lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Each one of these vertical lines represents a string on your guitar. I labeled the strings so you'll remember which line goes to which string. Your biggest string, number 6 string, is called E, represented by this line. Then we have A, D, G, B, and your smallest string, E. So if your strings are running vertically, then it makes sense that the horizontal lines that run across your paper, those represent your frets. And this particular chord chart that I drew is showing 3 frets. Okay? Right here you have fret number 1, fret number 2, and you have fret number 3. Now, depending on who the publisher of the sheet music that you're looking at is, or simply who wrote the chord chart for you, they may deviate a little bit on this next step, but more or less, they're all written the same way. They're either going to have black dots showing you exactly where your fingers need to go as far as string and fret, or they're going to have your finger number, 1, 2, 3, or 4, written directly on the chart, again as a map for your fingers, so you'll know exactly what to do and which strings to strum. So in our example, what we're going to need is a second finger, which is your middle finger, on the A string, 2nd fret. Again, it's a map, so I just do A2, and I need my second finger, so I'm going to write the number 2 right here. Okay, so that tells me that my middle finger, number 2 finger, needs to be put on the A string, 2nd fret. Next, I want my ring finger to go on the D string, 2nd fret. So it's the same fret, just a different string. So I'm going to stay on the same fret, number 2. I'm going to go to string 3, which is my D string, and I'm going to put my ring finger on there, represented by the number 3. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. So now I need my pointer finger. I want my pointer finger to be on the G string 1st fret. Okay, so that's my number 1 finger on the G string on the 1st fret. So I'm simply just going to write the number 1 right here. Okay, now to recap, we have a completed chord chart. We need to put our middle finger, our number 2 finger, on the 2nd fret of the A string. Number 3 finger, my ring finger, is going to go on the 2nd fret of the D string. So they're going to be on the same fret, 1 string apart from each other. And then finally my number 1 finger, which is my pointer finger, I'm told here to go to the G string and go to the 1st fret. So I have fingers 2, 3, and 1. This is called an E major chord, or some people simply call it an E chord, and I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like when you take it off the paper and onto your guitar. Okay, so here I have my guitar set up like a standard guitar. Large E string is up on the top, A, D, G, B, and my small E string is here on the bottom. The chart again told me that my middle finger, my number 2 finger, needs to be on the A string, 2nd fret. So here it is. 3rd finger needs to be on the same fret, just a different string, the D string. So a 2nd fret on the D string for the 3rd finger. My pointer finger is supposed to be on the G string on the very 1st fret. Okay, so now I have all my fingers in position just the way the chart tells me to go, and here is my E major chord. So there you go. Hopefully the mystery of chord charts is no longer a mystery for you. You can take a look at some sheet music or download some songs from the internet, and you can have a great time just strumming through your favorite tunes. Now you know exactly how to read a chord chart, and the only thing left to do is go out there and start playing some great music. So again, this is Bill with Key Music Center. I really appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.